Are you tired of inserting vertices one by one into your Azure Cosmos DB? It can be a real-time sync, especially when you're dealing with thousands of vertices. If that sounds familiar, stick around because today we are going to show you how to efficiently insert multiple vertices at once using the Graph API. I completely understand your frustration. Many developers face this issue when trying to populate their graphs quickly. You're not alone in wanting a faster way to add data without the hassle of executing multiple queries. Let's dive into the specific question at hand. One user recently asked, how can I efficiently add multiple vertices at once to Cosmos DB so I may later query using the Graph API syntax? This is a common challenge, especially when using the Microsoft Azure.Graphs library. The issue arises because the standard method involves creating vertices one by one, which can be incredibly slow. When you're looking to add thousands of vertices, this method just doesn't cut it. We need a more efficient approach. And trust me, you'll want to stick around for the end of this video. I have a powerful tip that will not only speed up your current task, but also make future data insertions a breeze. To efficiently insert multiple vertices at once into Azure Cosmos DB using the Graph API, the user should first prepare a batch of Gremlin queries. This allows for the addition of multiple vertices in a single request. Next, the user should combine these queries into a single Gremlin statement. This can be done by concatenating the individual queries with a semicolon to separate them. After combining the queries, the user can execute this single Gremlin statement using the Create Gremlin Query method. This will significantly reduce the number of requests made to the database. Finally, the user should handle the results of the query. They can loop through the results to confirm that all vertices were added successfully. Fun fact, did you know that the term vertex comes from Latin, meaning to turn? Just like how we want to turn our data insertion process around for the better. Now, let's look at the answers provided by other users. An alternative approach suggests that since Cosmos DB is fully Tinkerpop compliant, you can modify your Gremlin script to add multiple vertices in one go. Instead of executing separate commands for each vertex, you can chain them together in a single script. That's the end of that answer. Let's see another perspective. An alternative solution comes from a user who created a tool for migrating data to Cosmos DB Graph. This tool allows you to transform data from SQL or JSON and push it to the Graph database efficiently. The tool supports parallel execution of Gremlin queries, making it significantly faster. By default, it runs 10 queries in parallel, but you can increase this number by adjusting the batch size in the configuration file. Let's take a moment to review another user's answer. An alternative approach shared by another user involves using a console application to efficiently insert multiple vertices into Cosmos DB. They mentioned that while the data migration tool doesn't support the Graph API directly, you can generate a graph query and modify it as needed. The user runs their code in two sequences, first to extract and convert vertices, and then to handle edges. This method allows for flexibility and reusability across different scenarios, although it may take some time depending on the data size. That wraps up that answer. Let's move on to another one. An alternative approach shared by a user involves using Node.js to efficiently upsert multiple vertices at once. They utilize the Gremlin query language with the with bulk option set to true, allowing for batch processing. Here's the tip I promised. Always test your batch queries with a smaller dataset first. This way, you can ensure everything works smoothly before scaling up to thousands of vertices. And there you have it. You can now efficiently insert multiple vertices into your Cosmos DB. Remember, optimizing your data insertion process can save you a lot of time. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to subscribe for more tips and tricks.